Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we are going to be doing a toolbox tour, and we're going to be doing another tool grid system in my toolbox here at home. I did do a previous install of one of these kits on my toolbox at work, and I got a few things that I want to discuss and talk about when it comes to this kind of stuff and toolbox sizes and storage and things like that. All good things, all good things. I was very happy with it, and that's why we're doing this one here at home. But before we get into today's video, we do have a sponsor, and that sponsor is me. I bought this with my own money. I also bought the previous kit with my own money. Most of my tools, in fact, besides the scan tools, nothing is sponsored. This is all me. All the tools that you see on the channel, almost all of it is purchased by yours truly. That does say a lot about the things that I purchase and use, because it is coming out of my own pocket. I would not have bought this again if I didn't like it or if I didn't recommend it to somebody. Before we do get started in today's video though, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like it if you enjoy this type of content. Also make sure to check us out on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports. So I do have a link to the video where we did this before down in the description below, and then I'll also have a card up here somewhere, whether I did it earlier or now. If you want to see that video, go ahead and check that one out. This is a 46 by 24 inch box. That is obviously the outside dimensions, and the drawers will be smaller than that. I've been really happy with it. I think this box sells for like around 500 bucks, and I think we picked it up for like 350 or something like that. I actually wasn't planning on buying this, but they just had it on sale, and I was like, boom, let's do it. Here is my top drawer. And hopefully we can get all this on camera here. I've always really liked this extra storage over here. There's essentially no skips. I think the only skip that you see is it likes to skip, yeah, right here, 15, 17. It skips 16, which is unfortunate because BMWs use 16 a lot. Other than that, I think it basically runs all the way through on each of these. So I do have SAE, and I probably will keep my SAE here in my box. But I won't be, I don't necessarily buy a lot of SAE stuff at home. I do have like this, here's a set of SAE removal, like twist sockets. And the reason for that is because sometimes, you know, I don't know where my other one went. I should have a metric and an SAE one of these, because sometimes when you round off a bolt, you just use whatever one fits. You shouldn't be picky when it comes to that kind of stuff. You just kind of have to use what you got. And then over here on the left, I've got my pliers. So when we do the tool grid, I'm going to have one board here and one board here. And I like to use the big boards. They did ask me if I want like a bunch of like smaller boards that were like 10 inches by 10 inches or 7 by 7. And I like having two big boards with one seam, because the little pegs sometimes have an issue going, like bridging between the two boards. And I just didn't want to deal with it. So I got two large boards. That's why I did that. These will be moved to a different area, and same with the ratchets. So the ratchets and the extensions will be moved to a different drawer. This drawer right here and this drawer right here will be moved a little bit. I think those are going to stay there, and then this is where I'm going to put all my ratchets. So I have all my sockets and then my ratchets. This right now, as you can see, is end wrenches, ratcheting end wrenches, crescent wrenches, and then these cases here with these bits, those are gonna be pulled out of the box. I do have a spot somewhere else in the garage that I've been keeping my little bit sets. And we'll go down to the next set of drawers here. So these two here, my hammer drawer, I like having a hammer drawer, pry bars, mallets, all good stuff. A lot of Harbor Freight. You'll see a lot of Harbor Freight stuff. In fact, this whole drawer, essentially, I think is Harbor Freight. This drawer over here is a bit of a waste. These are actually the little drawers that used to come in this set here. So as you can see, this dark blue matches that back drawer, and then this lighter blue actually matches my dad's set, which is the newer version of that Cobalt set. So anyways, I think this drawer is a bit of a waste, having it set up the way it is. It's just got like riff-raff in there and some files, and so this drawer is going to be cleaned out and moved out of the way. What I'm planning on doing is my wrenches and my crescent wrenches will come down into here. And then I want to have both these drawers available for wrenches. As you can see here, I've got the Pittsburgh
ratcheting end wrenches, which misses 16 and 18. BMWs use 16 and 18 all the time. So this set is on borrowed time until I get another set. And then as you can see here, my other set stops at 19. I would like to get the ones that go all the way up to 24 in ratcheting and the standard wrenches. Well, a lot of that's going to have issues fitting in one drawer, so I'm probably going to have my end wrenches spanning both of these. The next two drawers, completely redone. These will come up to my ratchet drawer. These are just torque wrenches here. This will be moved out of the toolbox with some of my other specialty tools. And then all of these clamps here, I've got a spot for a lot of my like construction or like home upgrade tools, and that'll go over there with them. That over there, again, is a bunch of riffraff. That's all of my like battery tester and a lot of my scan tool stuff and the rev match cables to tune the cars. So all of that can be cleaned out. And so I'll move the hammers down to here, and then I'll just have that drawer cleaned up. And then the next two drawers, I've got this one here where I've been putting all my air tools, and then this one right here, which is holding another bunch of riffraff. Got my top-down jumper, I've got another scanner, my Kaiweets bore scope, and then some lights. This is another drawer that can be basically completely cleaned up. It's a Matco tool organizer. This would be really good if you were doing like mobile tools. This is magnetic on the bottom, so like if you've got a toolbox that's in a truck or a car and you're moving around a lot, these are great because they don't fall out, they're snapped in. But I use these for, like, as you can see here, things that didn't come in a set. So when you go to do this, you need to make sure that the drawer you have is tall enough. So I took my deepest sockets, which are these Matco ones here, and when I combined them with the peg and then you add the board, I did have plenty of room in this drawer. So as long as you can stand up your tallest socket and you've got another just over ½ an inch, you should be okay. So this is how much needs to be cut off left and right. And I'm gonna split this between the two boards, not because, again, I'm OCD or anything, which I'm not, but when I have the opportunity to do something in a certain way, I can be. I kind of like do it right the first time. I'm gonna put the cut edges on the outside. So whenever you cut, you'll have this on the very edges of the drawers, and that way in the middle, you have the two butted up next to each other. Now if you see here, this is wider than this. You see the distance between that peg hole and the edge and this peg hole and the edge. This is your side to side, and when you put them together, supposedly, they continue to be the same distance apart. If you were to do it this way, you'll mess that up. So that really only matters if you're doing the pegs that need to cross multiple holes left and right instead of up and down. You can put the little tool grid logo facing you if you want to. The other thing I want to mention real quick here, I'm actually going to move the camera. I'll show this. Oftentimes your rivets and these other like the slide attachment points can get in the way of your boards. So if you need to, you can put little notches in here to make them fit around the rivets and stuff. This one looks tall enough. I don't think that I'll have any issues, but my Milwaukee box, these rivets were a lot lower. And again, that's nice because if you put the cut side on the edges of the drawers, that means that when you go to modify this, that you're not cutting this side and modifying the other side, you're just doing it to one side of the board. All right, and then one other thing real quick before we get started. It's actually best to just use one of these. If you use a spinning tool or a compressor tool, it likes to move too quick. It'll actually melt the plastic. So I just saw these by hand. This back one here is gonna be a bit of a pain. I might come in with a pneumatic tool to try to clean this up. I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely gonna get this big piece off first. And it just kind of sucks because I had to take off, like, I don't even know if this is a 1/4 inch. Like, it's just so little on the to get it to fit front to back. All right, so in the back, I only had to cut off, like I said earlier, like, I don't know, like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. I mean, it was not very much. Because it was not a lot, it was difficult to use a standard saw. I just used a wood saw on the sides, and that worked really well. On the back side, I was able to just use a tool like this. As long as you just spin up the blade and cut and then stop and spin up the blade and cut and then stop, you're not flicking plastic everywhere. It worked out pretty good. So if you're gonna use, again, any cutting tool, be careful because it likes to melt the plastic. After I did that, I took this out onto the concrete and put it flat against concrete and just used it to straighten this edge out. The other thing I also did was that I actually put a little bit of beveled edge on the insides. So not a lot, just a little bit, because the drawers on your toolboxes aren't perfectly a 90-degree angle. There is a little bit of a little rounding at the very bottom. Again, just did that on the concrete, put it flat on the concrete and just ran it back and forth, something like that. Now we are ready to do a test fit. This one here is this guy, and that is real nice and snug. Hopefully it's not too tight. Actually, it looks like that fit in there really, really, really well. And I apologize. I think this top drawer is a little squeaky. And then this one here is this one. And there we go. That looks really good. They're real nice and snug. I did get all same color. I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier. I'm actually recording this second part of this video on a different day. I got all same color because I'm not doing a lot of metric and SAE. So I just wanted them all the same. I almost did red, but he would have had to order them, and he had these in stock. So the other thing that's cool is that you got these T15, T20. It gives you all the different socket sizes, and you can put these on each one of these, so you know where everything goes. All right, here is how everything is looking now. This drawer is mostly empty, and I don't know how much you guys can see, but it is actually very empty up here in the front. So I haven't decided whether to bring a bunch of ratchets and stuff back up here and extensions, but yeah, obviously you can see that it uses much, much, much less space. So everything you see back here took up like 2/3 of the drawer before, and now it's taking up less than half. So thanks again so much for watching. I will have a ton of what you see today linked down in the description. Most of the stuff I'm not like making any money on. Like I said, this was not sponsored. I bought all this myself. I just thought I'd show what the toolbox here at home is looking like and how I've decided to organize it. This view right here, you can really see how much space this is saved to do this. So it's definitely worth it in my opinion. I've saved a ton of money doing the Icon and the Pittsburgh and the Cobalt. Take that extra little bit of money and go and grab some of these. I think they work really well, and I could not be happier. Any comments, questions down in the comment section below. I really appreciate everybody so much for watching, and we will see everybody in the next video.
Bam!